part of the addiction, what it does is it cracks you open. You have to open up. Is quitting drinking the hardest thing you'll ever do? Well, yes. And if you're following the channel or the podcast, you know we like to keep things real here at Recovery Elevator. But I can honestly tell you on the flip side of that, and this isn't a positive spin, quitting drinking will be the most rewarding thing you can ever do. It is the most important journey one can embark upon while being a human being in this lifetime. So I want to talk to you about R.R.O.I. This is a phrase I made up about 15 minutes ago. It stands for Recovery Return on Investment. And real quick, let's define recovery. This is recovering the person you were always meant to be. Recovering, uncovering. This isn't finding the person you were always meant to be because that person is there already. It's simply uncovering the muck that has been added on by simply living a human life. Okay, I don't like to quantify this, but for example, let's say 7% is the average return on the stock market. 20% is your average return if you have a small business that you're going to get. I think it's about a 500 to 1,000% return with this recovery work. For example, if you put 1 hour in on yourself, you're going to get 10 hours back out of that. I kid you not. Try it for yourself. Okay, let's talk about why this is so hard. An addiction, and this is part of the purpose of an addiction, is it's giving you an awareness that part of your life, the way you're living life, isn't working. This can be small parts of your life, or this can be major areas of your life, right? And you are forced to take off the pride and ego hat and recognize that you have to make a change. To add another layer of complexity to this is you can't think yourself out of a drinking problem. Nope, it just doesn't work. The reason for this is you can't use the same consciousness, the same level of thinking to depart from an addiction that you became sick with. An analogy I like to use is imagine if Harry Potter used a broken wand with all of his spells, right? And everything was just messed up. He'd use that same broken wand to fix everything. It just doesn't work. Yeah, we'll stick with that analogy. So then what? How do you do this? Well, part of the addiction, what it does is it cracks you open. You have to open up. You got to take off that pride and ego hat and ask for help. It's a difficult order, but that's what we must do. And I want to clarify something here. It's not the quitting drinking thing that's the hardest part. It's you stepping into you and being the most authentic version of yourself and enjoying this life. That's what we're supposed to do here. Now, there are some phrases that I want you to avoid on this journey. That's saying things like, wow, I've got a long way to go. If you tell yourself that, well, then you got a long way to go. Same thing with things like, I've got a lot of work to do. Well, then you've got just that, a lot of work to do. And contrary to the title of this video, I know, is don't tell yourself that it's going to be the hardest thing that you'll ever do. In fact, I want you to rephrase the entire point of this journey. That's being your most authentic self, no matter what. And the last part of that sentence was very important. No matter what. And Chris, what do you have to say on this subject?
Hey, Paul, great topic. Is quitting drinking the hardest thing I've done? Yeah, I would say so, with the exception of the path that I was going down. I didn't see it at first, but continuing down that path of drinking and just using alcohol to numb whatever I was feeling, any sort of discomfort I was going through, the consequences from that were way harder than quitting drinking. It's tough, but it's worth it. Like he said, it's the most rewarding thing that I've ever done also. And if you're hesitating, wondering if you can do it, just ask yourself the question, what if I don't try? Where will I be in 30 days, 90 days, 6 months, a year? If we can at least give it a shot, get started down this path, start the journey, odds are we're going to have some chunks of time. You know, even if we don't do it 100% right out the gate, we're still going to have some chunks of time. We're going to start to learn about ourselves. And it's all about just getting going. I don't think that we're ever completely done with this work. So part of the process is just learning how to enjoy the ride, taking the highs when they come, taking the lows when they come. It is worth it. It is the most rewarding thing. Thanks for the video, Paul. Great topic.
And guys, let us know in the comment area. Has this been a challenge for you to quit drinking? Has it been the hardest thing you've ever done in your entire life? And one more thing, I'm checking some stats. There's a lot of people watching these videos who aren't subscribed to the channel. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and help us out. All right, thanks guys.